This is Polygon Western by Cinti. It claims to be a Western-themed 3D asset pack with characters, weapons, and other prefabs. It also claims that the characters are Messinum ready, or Mechanim, or however you say that. Let's go ahead and find out. If you have any assets that you feel are too expensive and you want a more in-depth review before you go ahead and purchase it, let us know. Maybe we'll have them, maybe we'll get them, and we'll figure out if it's worth it. Alright, first of all, it said the characters are Messinum ready. So right here we have an Invector Studios third-person controller. If it is Messinum ready, it should work without a problem. So let's go ahead and create a basic locomotion character. This is the free package from Invector Studios. And then we just drag and drop in our character, hit create, and it looks like it worked fine. So that's a good sign. Now we just go to the third-person package and we'll drag and drop in the camera prefab, along with assigning a quick script to center and hide the cursor, and we should be ready to go. Also, you notice that I immediately go true full screen as opposed to just full screen with a border. That's because I'm using the full screen asset, which I highly recommend. And let's take a look around. Things look great so far. I love this train. Collider is a little weird, but that might also just be the controller, so don't worry about that. I kind of want to get on this train. I'm gonna have to remove the doors later. The desert sky looks beautiful, and I like the buildings. Now let's go see if we can mess them up. Sometimes in packages like this, the colliders aren't really working properly. And other times you clip like that door, you need to fix that collider unless you want to just go through this part of the door. And other times you just get stuck in that I just went through a door. I am not sure why they let me go through that. Yeah, this door has a collider and that one doesn't. I'm not entirely sure about that. Love the jail cell. Go into the store. Take a look around. I wonder if I can go out this door. Yeah, it was just that one door for some reason. That's weird. Okay, I think before we test out how modular this is, I just want to check some of the insides of these buildings. I'm just going to go through and deactivate some of these doors. Alright, heading into the tavern first. I wonder how many playing cards they have. Like maybe they have all 52. I don't think they do, but maybe. Bar looks good. Honestly, this asset is pretty promising, which makes sense given that it's Cinti Studios. They have a pretty good reputation for making high quality stuff. Okay, so checking the rest of the buildings, they look great. Really don't have any complaints. So now it's time to test out how modular it is. To do that, I'm just gonna try to build a simple house. After testing it out, I realized that things snap together properly at 0.25, most of the time at 0.5, and I think some of them snap at 0.125. So kind of small numbers to be working with. I would prefer it if everything or mostly everything snapped at 0.5 instead, but it is definitely modular, and it looks great. Something else that I noticed is as I was running in to go check out my house, is I saw this tumbleweed just floating here, and for some reason this has a collider on it, which was kind of weird to me given that a lot of these plants don't have colliders, and then the door doesn't have a collider, and then the door does, but this one, which would easily get pushed around, has a collider and just won't move. So I decided to fix that. I thought it would be a lot of fun to just give it a sphere collider, because for some reason it has a mesh collider, and to give it a rigid body, which became extremely fun to play test. Then after I was done messing around, I finally decided to test out the house. And I found out that this is the door that doesn't have a collider for some reason. So I think my one main complaint, which is really just nitpicking, is that some of the colliders need to be fixed, which really shouldn't be too hard. After a little more tumbleweed soccer, I realized that one, this would be a great multiplayer physics game, and two, that this asset is great. Despite its flaws, which are few and far between, at $20 for this much at this quality, there is nothing to really complain about. So I'm gonna have to agree with the Unity rating, 5 out of 5 stars. And if there are any other assets that you would like us to check out to see if they're actually worth it, let us know and we might check them out. We'll see you next time.